Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nagelson back at court number 1, where we're watching the number 3 seed Gabriella Sabatini against the number 5 seed Mary Jo Fernandez. We're in the 6th game of the first set, and it has been all Sabatini so far, although in the last couple of games you have the sense that Mary Jo Fernandez is starting to get back into it. Sabatini won the first 4 games, 2 breaks on Fernandez, who just yanked that one wide, and Sabatini is now held for 5-1, and she's just been in complete control of this one, Bets.
You know, Barry, when she, even in the warm-up, Sabatini looked like she was hitting the ball harder, looked like she was hitting through the ball, getting some more stick on the forehand side. And she's been the one really dictating points, controlling points. The last game, though, Mary Jo Fernandez looked like she was a little tired of looking tentative. And she came out and she had a couple forehand winners. Looked like she was trying to attack Sabatini's serve more.
She did have a breakpoint chance in Sabatini's last game. We are going to take you back to Court Central. What a backhand by Sabatini on the first point of Fernandez's service game. So right now it has been all Gabriella Sabatini. We'll keep watching it. Right now back to Court Central and a match you have been watching with Cliff, Fred, and Vitas. Cliffy? Gabriella Sabatini has 2 set, now just 1 set point on the serve of Mary Jo Fernandez. And all you can say about this, Betsy, is that Gabriella Sabatini is playing brilliant tennis right now.
She looks so sharp. She's on top of everything Mary Jo's throwing at her.
Still a set point. And there it is. So first set to Sabatini. It took 30 minutes, and this was really a case of what Gabriella Sabatini has been doing rather than what Mary Jo Fernandez has not been doing. That's about as good a set of tennis as you're going to see in this tournament, I promise. And it's against a very good player. Gabriella Sabatini, really impressive.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's not much closer. These two have played so many times together. They know each other's games. Mary Jo's beaten her right here at the French Open. Sabatini's playing just too well right now.
Goran Purple.
Well, inside the lines, Jim Courier has moved on to the semifinals here at the French Open. Gabriella Sabatini and Mary Jo Fernandez are battling for that position as well out on court number 1. Barry and Betsy are there.
Thanks, Robin. It's been a bloody battle for Mary Jo Fernandez, I'll tell you that, as Gabriella Sabatini is just playing as good as I've ever seen her play. She wins the first set 6-1. She has a break in hand in this set and love 15 on Fernandez's serve. Mary Jo has held service once in the match.
It's not like Mary Jo is not, trying things and trying to change her game, trying to come in, trying to stay back, trying to, use a little bit of variety. But Sabatini can just absolutely do nothing wrong. She's moved as well as I've seen her all year, really. She's hitting backhand winners like that. She's hitting forehand winners. Mary Jo served the first point of this game, served a great serve out wide. Sabatini hit a forehand winner.
Everything that Mary Jo Fernandez has tried, Sabatini has had an answer for.
It's not easy facing the Sabatini, the shots. There's so much spin on every single ball. The forehand's got excessive topspin. The backhand's got a lot of slice. So you don't see any of the same 2 shots coming at you. Triple break point. Mary Jo's had 1 chance to break. Hasn't been able to do it.
3 break points now. And it only took 1, as Sabatini is just on a major roll here.
It's 5 breaks for Sabatini. And just so frustrating for Mary Jo. She was playing some pretty good tennis. She really struggled to get by Brenda Schultz. In the previous round, Brenda Schultz, in fact, had a 5-3 lead in that 3rd set. And, Mary Jo had to sort of dig down deep and pull out everything she had.
And the match with Kathy Rinaldi was more a question of who lost it than who won it. No question here. 4-love serving. And that has been a rarity right there. Here are you see the winners, only 6 from Fernandez and 25 unforced errors. And Sabatini's just playing solid tennis.
11 winners. I mean, she's making everything she's going for.
And getting to every shot, too. You made the point earlier. Mary Jo tried a couple of drop shots that against any other opponent are terrific shots. Sabatini not only ran them down, but ran them down and hit winners off. Well, a little crack in the door here for Mary Jo Fernandez.
Mary Jo just moving around. She knows this is the time to try to take control of the point.
Well, there it is. She hits a forehand winner. So now she has 3 break points. But it's a long way back.
The second serve of Sabatini, the serve in general is the shot that, you know, she's been working on. Dennis Ralston's trying to add a little more pace. Still 3 break points here for Mary Jo.
And a double for the break for Mary Jo Fernandez. So it is a long way back, and she's still a break down, but she does get a game here. Now it'll be her responsibility to hold serve, which she's only done once. Well, the first break of the match for Mary Jo Fernandez. She's held service only once. Sabatini won the first set 6-1, and now Fernandez will serve for 2-4. Still a breakdown in the second set, as Sabatini, with one of those mental lapses that you heard Cliff and Fred and Vitas talk about with Jim Courier, but still very much in the driver's seat. And I think Sabatini's going to question that call. She might have thought that ball was out. This is the 12th appearance in a Grand Slam quarterfinal for Mary Jo, and she's done very well.
Well, she has. She's just so good against the players that she should beat. She rarely loses matches to players ranked below her. She's been to 2 Grand Slam finals. They were both at the Australian Open.
Fernandez might have caught a break there. That ball was very close. Framed that one and hit it wide. For Gabriella Sabatini, we'll talk about her in just a moment, and the success or lack of same that she's had in 1993. Of course, I suppose it all will depend on your barometer of success. We'll show you what we mean in a second. All second serve and 1-4. Get the approach shot a little bit long. Sure, we were talking about a moment ago, as Gabriella Sabatini, 5 titles in 1992. Now, she's played very well in 1993. She's been a semifinalist in her last 8, at least a semifinalist in her last 8 tournaments, but she's not won since Rome last year.
No, she came in the last couple of years with 5 titles under her belt, and this year she's got none. She, really got quite sick after the Australian Open, missed a month of tennis at least.
Just powers that one by Mary Jo Fernandez.
Sabatini's only real glitch in the year. As we look one more time, yet again, Sabatini coming up with a good passing shot. She holds it so well, and what's so difficult to read is that she can flick that wrist at the last minute and go cross court. She can hit it up the line. It's a top spin that makes it dip low.
Well, just to quote the good Dr. Leo Levin, who understands this game probably as well or better than anybody playing, and he was making an analogy, which I'll tell you after this point. He was making an analogy to baseball and hitting a round ball squarely, and he said the same might be said about Gabriella Sabatini and trying to hit the shots that she hits, because when she hits a slice, she hits it with more spin than anybody else, and when she comes over the top, she hits it with more spin than anybody else, and it's always difficult to get a square shot at it.
And conversely, Mary Jo Fernandez hits the ball very flat. less margin of error.
Mary Jo hits that one long, so she's not making it easy on herself here, and we're deuce.
One time that Sabatini didn't actually get to a semifinal all year long was the first tournament she played after she had been sick, lost some weight, but she lost to the very talented and promising young American Lindsay Davenport, who won a tournament last week in Lucerne. In her young pro career, already has a tournament title.
Hit the tape, and that was an important point. Break point chance for Sabatini once again.
You can see that Mary Jo is she's trying to take the ball early, because if you let that ball bounce, it jumps off the court quickly because it's got so much spin.
That Reebok tournament summary, as you see, the number 2 seed, Arantxa Sanchez-Vaccaro. You might have seen part of that here on ESPN. Straight set winner over Jana Novotná. Anka Huber is on through, beating Conchita Martinez in 3 sets.
That's a well-played, well-thought-out point. Mary Jo really uses her head when she's on the court. She drew Sabatini very wide, and then she's been using her forehand as a real weapon. She's trying to move in and take it quickly off the ground so this doesn't get up too high. It's hard to get a lot of power at the shoulder height level. Boy, she's just missed some big serves. She really has just missed on some serves. It's usually so accurate for her.
And again, hits the tape.
You could hear the string pop, that forehand that Sabatini hit. And I'm sure Mary Jo would have heard the string break. It's really difficult especially from the baseline. The racket loses all of its tension, and it's really tough to control the next shot. So she'll break out a brand new racket.
The way she's been playing today, she might do okay to leave it in the cellophane. You're watching live tennis. This, the women's quarterfinals of the French Open. Steffi Graf, the number 1 seed, and Jennifer Capriati just underway on Court Central. We, of course, will bring you that match as well. First serve percentage for Sabatini has been brilliant, and for Mary Jo, just over 50%. Break. Sabatini with another service break for 5-1 and an opportunity to serve out the match. And nobody, I don't think, thought that it was going to be this easy for Sabatini.
Certainly not based on their history. They've played each other so many times. They're good friends. They know each other's games very well. They've had many close matches. Mary Jo Fernandez has beaten Gabriella Sabatini 7 times, 3 times in Grand Slam events.
Both these players with new coaches and are relatively new at any rate, and working on their aggressiveness.
Harold Solomon, who has been working with Mary Jo Fernandez for a little over a year and a half now, is really trying to get her to be just more sure of herself in terms of moving in behind some of her heavy ground strokes.
And Dennis Ralston now working with Gabriella Sabatini and really kind of preaching the same sermon.
Yeah, I think so. I think Dennis Ralston will certainly concentrate on the fitness aspect, conditioning, just to make her stronger physically, and a serve, of course. And he also would like to see her be a much more attacking kind of a player. She's got the perfect shots to put her in the net position.
15 all and 5-1.
Sorry, Barry. The same with Mary Jo. I mean, Harold is trying to convince her to just break into that next level, into the top echelon of the sport. She's going to have to take advantage of anything short and move in, especially on a quicker surface, and she can do that on a faster surface.
2 points from the match now for Gabriella Sabatini. We've not yet played an hour.
Sabatini's first serve percentage has just been so high that it's really not allowing, Mary Jo Fernandez to attack the one area of Sabatini's game that's the most attackable.
She just tripped over the line that time, I think. Might have blown a shoe. There's a winner, outright off the backhand side. Big point here for Mary Jo Fernandez.
Such a good returner of serve, which is, again, one of the reasons she is one of the best doubles players. Won the Australian Open with Patty Fendig, 91.
So Mary Jo squanders that opportunity, and we're deuce. Hit it wide. Had the chance and hit it wide.
Bad luck. It was the right strategy, the right idea to wrong foot Sabatini.
And it brings us to match point for Gabriella Sabatini. She won the first set 6-1, 5-1 in match point in the second. 57 minutes. Double.
Well, when Sabatini has not gotten her first serve in, Mary Jo Fernandez has been able to do some damage. She's been able to either intimidate her a little bit with the second serve and draw a few double faults, or she's been able to come up with a winner.
That ball was very close. It kicked up a little chalk, it looked like. Second double in a row. And that one was in the middle of the net. Really out of character for what we've seen of Gabriella Sabatini so far today.
She's been so solid in every aspect of her game.
So break chance again for Fernandez, your second of this game. And she got it. Well, Sabatini set the table, but Mary Jo Fernandez, that is, finally feasted off it. And now the problem once again for Mary Jo is to hold her own service, which she again has been unable to do. We'll be back. Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nagelson watching Gabriella Sabatini, who just moments ago had a chance to serve out the match and couldn't do it, as Mary Jo Fernandez broke her after back-to-back double faults gave Mary Jo the chance. We are chock full, as we said, of tennis today. Still to come, Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. You've already seen Jim Courier win his match and earn his way into the semifinals. And there's Fernandez at the net. She's only held serve one time today.
And this match just may make a turnaround because of that last service game from Sabatini, where this whole match she has looked in such control. Served a couple of double faults, just a little chink in the armor, and Mary Jo, she gets a little opening. She just needs a little confidence. She's been playing well, but it's been Sabatini that's really outplayed her.
couldn't get the break on that one.
Well, frustration from Sabatini.
There's a look at the winners and the errors. You saw 33 of them as we watch this replay.
Mary Jo just starting to be a little bit more aggressive. And now it's Sabatini that she's drawing a couple errors from.
There's the errors we were talking about. Mary Jo with 33 and Sabatini only 16, but 5 of them have come in the last couple of games. There's a terrific shot.
That's sort of what Sabatini was doing a lot of in the first set. Mary Jo's forehand has really improved. She's able, from all positions on the court and height, able to come up with some winners like that.
And she got it, I believe. Yes, they call that good.
You know, she was trying that shot earlier on in this match, and Sabatini was all over. She read it early. Mary Jo standing inside the baseline just a little bit more. That's a much more effective place to be if you're going to play that kind of a shot. But she's taken a couple of steps in. And Sabatini again serving for the match.
But you're really starting to sense, and it may be too little too late, but the match is starting to turn ever so slightly here. Ball is wide. Of course, it's a long way to turn. I think the key game might have been Mary Jo's service game, not this past game, but the prior service game where she had a chance to hold and was broken. Ooh, that was long. I don't think she got a call.
She's not going to get the call.
The call was definitely long.
Mary Jo just going up the line to have a look, but she's certainly not one to aggressively complain about anything, and she walks away.
Boy, she had a great case there. That ball was long by a foot.
Sabatini, look, it sounded like she mishit it. She's just spinning her serve in. She's not going to come close to risking another double fault.
How big was that last point, though? That was clearly a missed call by the linesman. It's 15-30 instead of 30-15.
This is alert play from Mary Jo Fernandez because she knows that Sabatini's just going to try to spin the serve in, so she's attacking the first serve.
That one wide, and it gives Sabatini 2 match points. Still to come, Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. Hit it wide. And there again, that missed call looms. Still a match point. Third match point from Gabriella Sabatini. And you're right, Mary Jo attacking now off the first serve. And she has it back to deuce. Well, she got that call. I was about to say they missed another one.
Well, Mary Jo wasn't in the picture there, but she was taking a couple of steps forward, moving around a little bit, and drew another double fault from Sabatini to give her a break point, to get the break back, put them on back on serve.
Hit it long. Back to deuce. That time Mary Jo just waiting for Sabatini to make a mistake.
Yeah, that was a much tougher shot than it looked. That backhand from Sabatini was a little off pace, but it had so much topspin on it. Mary Jo hesitated just a little bit and kind of floated it long, so it's back to deuce again. And Sabatini's so comfortable off the ground. She knows that I think the longer these rallies go, the more they're going to favor Sabatini over Fernandez.
There it is. And now another breakpoint chance for Mary Jo Fernandez.
Now it's just pinpoint accuracy. Mary Jo Fernandez hitting the ball so flat, and she's taking it early.
Really moving Sabatini around the court right now. Second breakpoint chance for Fernandez.
S'il vous plaît.
Second time that Mary Jo Fernandez has squandered the opportunity.
That one got up a little bit higher, and that's the kind of shot you need to brush up, get a little more spin than Mary Jo is comfortable getting. That's the risk that you run when you do hit the ball flat. You don't clear the net very high, and timing's got to be just right, otherwise you are going to make the error.
Deuce again. Excellent serve. Set that point up for Sabatini. Match point number 4.
Excellent.
Once again, Mary Jo Fernandez just sort of going for it.
Well, I think at this point she knows that's what she has to do. She really didn't start the match off going for it, and it was Sabatini who was in control. Sabatini just spinning these serves in, so it's this is the time Mary Jo really has to go for it.
Yes, on the line.
Kept her cool here as Sabatini finds herself in a difficult position at the net. Wide open court.
Third breakpoint chance. And the third time that Sabatini has come through it.
Both players really want to get a forehand. That's their weapon. That's the shot they can penetrate, put some pressure.
Again, Mary Jo Fernandez with an opportunity for the service break.
So she's showing Sabatini that on both sides, she's willing to take the serve and come in behind it. She's done it with a forehand. She's done it with a backhand. And look how quickly she gets up to this overhead. That was difficult because it wasn't very high. Break point number 4.
The break to put us back on serve. And all of a sudden, the entire tenor of this match has changed. Mary Jo Fernandez with an opportunity to serve for 5-all after facing 4 match points. Still to come, Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. They're playing over on Court Central. We will get to that, but right now this match has suddenly turned interesting. A lot more to come on this Tuesday at Roland Garros.
ESPN's coverage of the 1993 French Open is brought to you by Acura Automobiles. Experience precision-crafted performance. And by Visa, honored at over 6 million more places than American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nagelson. Action all over the show courts. We'll get you over to Court Central for Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. Right now, we have a compelling match between Gabriella Sabatini, I got to remember who I'm watching here, and Mary Jo Fernandez. Fernandez serving. This is the first point of the 10th game.
Of this match has absolutely totally reversed itself from the beginning stages. This is the way Gabriella Sabatini was playing in the first set, with Mary Jo back on her heels and Sabatini really being very, very aggressive. And now it's Fernandez who's well inside the baseline. About 20 minutes ago, this match looked everything. I mean, it just looked over for Mary Jo Fernandez.
No, she was dead in the water. There's a look at the winners.
16 winners in the second set for Fernandez. That's been the...
That would certainly make her coach, Harold Solomon, very happy, because we talked earlier about the fact that he has been preaching aggressiveness, and she's been nothing if not that.
He also says he's not afraid to yell at me, and I'm sure Mary Jo was thinking about how he might yell at her at the end of this match, because she started it very tentatively.
Fernandez has been a slow starter in this tournament, but she almost didn't get started at all in this match. As you can see, she lost the first set to Brenda Schultz, lost the middle set to Annie Grossman in her second match. Against Kathy Rinaldi, frankly, it wasn't a very pretty match, and we mentioned earlier it was more who lost it than who won it. Neither player was able to hold serve very much. Right now, Mary Jo Fernandez has everything going. And that point typifies it.
Yeah, that was the first serve and volley for Mary Jo Fernandez. All match long, she's been just missing on some big serves. They're now starting to go in, and she's right there to follow it up. She did struggle a couple of matches early on. Anne Grossman's been playing some very good tennis. Had a good win over Natalia Zvereva a couple of weeks ago in Berlin.
Sabatini with a forehand winner. lest we forget who jumped out of the blocks quickly in this match.
Mary Jo looked totally out of the Brenda Schultz match. She was down 5-3 in that third set. Love 30 on her serve. Got out of that. And Brenda Schultz serving for the match. Could not hang on to it.
Gabriella Sabatini is starting to take the offense a little bit more. Still a point to hold, and Mary Jo might have a racket problem here. Strings might have separated. No, she's going for a little new equipment here.
I don't think the string broke. It certainly didn't sound as if it did. I think she just looked down and maybe saw that it was about to break and used a good judgment to change rackets rather than have it break in the middle of a point.
So still a point to hold at 40-30, 4-5.
Sabatini moving way over into the alley, looking for the forehand.
But not that time. Sabatini playing two very aggressive points to take this to deuce.
This is what's made this rivalry so exciting. When these two are on and playing their best from the ground, it really comes down to who's going to take the chance and the risk and try to end it from the net.
You made an interesting point. We were talking during one of the commercial breaks that these two played 17 times, and yet in those 17 times, only 4 times has it gone to 3 sets. Sabatini's found another gear. She cheats up here. Hits that one wide, so another chance to hold for Mary Jo Fernandez. We are going to take you over to Court Central after this game to check in on Jennifer Capriati and the #1 seed Steffi Graf. Graf with a service break early, then was broken back, and now has again broken Jennifer Capriati for 4-2. Great job by Sabatini to stay in that point. She had to play a couple of defensive points, but stayed in it.
Such a good defensive player Sabatini is. And of course it was because she added the whole aggressiveness to her game that she was able to win her first Grand Slam at the US Open in '90.
Ooh, yanked that one wide. And it gives Sabatini an opportunity for the match. Her 5th. And she has Mary Jo Fernandez down a second serve here. The aggressive player has fared well in this match, and Sabatini's been aggressive. Look where she is now. Hit that one very long. Back to deuce.
I think she was surprised to see such a good serve come at her from Fernandez. such cool, and that's you know, that's what she does so well. That's probably her greatest asset, Mary Jo Fernandez.
She's not a big person physically, Mary Jo Fernandez, but she's got a heart the size of Brazil.
She doesn't have a real big shot either. She just puts together everything so well.
Boy, almost too fine. And Sabatini's going to go over and check the mark on that serve.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Fernandez.
And she measured the serve and also measured the winner. They were both very close. So again, a point for 5-all. And again, Sabatini shows Mary Jo Fernandez she's looking for the forehand. And gets it. Been the point of the match, and it gave Fernandez the game for 5-all. All right, thanks very much, Cliff. Gabriella Sabatini has made the first 2 points on her service game at 5-all.
There's been a lot more variety on this court than pace. Mary Jo Fernandez looks as though she's going to smack the forehand and then just drops the ball over the net, catching Sabatini well behind the baseline.
Long. Reminder that this is live coverage of the men's quarterfinals. Women's quarterfinals, I beg your pardon. Especially with these two, I should know the difference. Sabatini with a relatively easy service game for 6-5. That puts the onus right back on Mary Jo Fernandez. So there is action everywhere. We'll have it all for you. We'll be back. With Betsy Nagelson. First point of Mary Jo Fernandez's service game to Mary Jo. Had a missed call. We'll have 2 serves. Late call there, too. Umpire saying to check the mark. Wide.
Well, Mary Jo is continuing to try to be the aggressor, try to dictate points. She's the first one to make, take risks out here. Sabatini doing an excellent job of defending.
Well, that strategy served Mary Jo well. Remember, Sabatini had a chance to serve out the match at 5-1 in the second. terrific point by both players.
Sabatini in that point looked like maybe she was going to come in on that backhand, hesitated for a second, hit it and backed up, and it was Mary Jo who just pounced on the short ball. And she's been doing that ever since she realized that she had no other choice. She was just about in the locker room about 40 minutes ago now or something, and she's trying to hold serve to take this second set to a tiebreak.
Just forgot to hit it. Got the shot she wanted. So 2 points to hold and force a tiebreak. Oh, a great shot. Cross court for the winner, and we'll have a second set tiebreak.
Boy, Mary Jo Fernandez made this passing shot look very easy because she was way behind the baseline when she struck this ball.
A reminder, we're watching live quarterfinal action here. Start a second set tiebreak. Sabatini won the first 6-1. First point to Fernandez. Here's the draw, and here's what awaits the winner, and that is Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, and that's no walk in the park the way she's been playing. She was a winner over Jana Novotná today in straight sets, a match that you were with us for. And up at the top, Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. The winner there to meet Anke Huber, who got by Conchita Martinez in a less than pretty match.
It was long, though.
It was long. Well, she had the points set up. Mary Jo Fernandez 7-2 in tiebreakers, but how about Sabatini? She has yet to lose one this year.
The last time these two played a tiebreak in their matches was back in '89 in Stuttgart, where Mary Jo got to the final in that tournament, lost to Sabatini in the final. She also beat Monica Seles en route, which is the first time she'd ever done that.
Fernandez.
So Sabatini to serve now.
And it's the pressure from Fernandez that is drawing the short replies from Sabatini. Her balls are landing much shorter than they were in the early part of this match. And that's because Mary Jo's really raised the level of her game.
So Mary Jo Fernandez with a mini break in this tie break now, leading 3-1. Up the line for a winner for 4-1.
That is very disconcerting for Gabriella Sabatini. She knows that every time she serves a second serve and even a first serve where she takes pace off the ball, Mary Jo Fernandez is going to step into it on either side and give it a big hit and move in behind it. Looks like she changed her mind, didn't it?
Sure did. Looked like she was going cross court, didn't it?
Mademoiselle
So at the
Fernandez.
changeover, 4-2 for Mary Jo Fernandez. That point opened up 4-2. I'm sure that's one she will remember tonight, win or lose. Steffi Graf, the #1 seed, and Jennifer Capriati still playing over on court #1. Court Central, I beg your pardon. And Graf having won the first set 6-3. On serve in the second. Sabatini unable to hold her own serve in the tiebreak, and that's what has given Fernandez a 5-2 lead.
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
High caliber of play out here today.
This has been fantastic tennis ever since the first set and a half.
Got to the ball, just couldn't quite control it. But that's what we were talking about earlier. Very deceptive quickness on the part of Gabriella Sabatini. But as it is, 6-2 and 4 set points. This is the first. Remember, Sabatini has had 5 match points. Middle of the net, and remember, she's had double fault problems in crucial situations. All the net.
Well, that was pretty close.
Hit that second serve pretty hard.
She really went after that second serve, but you know, she knows she has to, because every single time that she hasn't, it's sat up there a little bit. Mary Jo Fernandez has been able to really powder it.
Still 3 set points for Mary Jo Fernandez. Well, I'm sure she'd quite prefer to do it on her own racket, which she can do right here. Long. So Sabatini has fought off 2 set points. Still has 2 staring on her face, but at least she can be the master of her own fate. Fernandez with 1 more serve, I beg your pardon.
S'il vous plaît. Merci.
Still set point.
She was going for a big serve up the middle.
Was it good? Yes, it was good, right on the line. And we're going to have a 3rd set, and that clearly falls in the Who'da Thunk It category. Sabatini with a chance to serve out the match at 5-1, and Mary Jo Fernandez has come back to win the 2nd set in a tiebreak, 7-4.
You're watching live coverage of the French Open Tennis Championships for this year, and it is brought to you by Reebok.
Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nicholson back at court #1, watching Gabriella Sabatini and Mary Jo Fernandez. They are in the 3rd game of the 3rd set. Each has held serve. Sabatini held hers at love, and Mary Jo with a point to hold right now to make it 2-1, but Sabatini's not going to make it easy on her. Betsy, you and I were talking while you were off watching, that is, you out there at home watching, what was happening on Court Central, and we were talking about the fact that this match has had so much ebb and flow. At first it was all Sabatini, then it was all Fernandez, and right now you have the idea it's jump ball. Whoever can get themselves righted is going to win it.
Exactly right. Right now what's happening is that Mary Jo Fernandez is still trying to attack. Sabatini's keeping the ball, you know, just a little bit deeper, making it harder for Fernandez to get in.
Easy backhand volley missed. Break point.
Yeah, she's had a couple of short balls here, and now some of the errors that were evident in the early part of this match are now beginning to creep back into the Fernandez game.
Well, it's interesting. We had a momentary break, well, literally a break, as Both players had to go off court for about 5 minutes, as you took a look at some of the numbers from this match on break point chances. 6 of 11 for Sabatini, and she's got Fernandez now to a second serve. So we had about a 5-minute break, and when we came back, Sabatini seemed to take charge a little bit, and Mary Jo Fernandez has, I don't want to say struggled, but wallowed a little bit. That wasn't a bad shot, though.
This has definitely been part of Fernandez's strategy coming into this match. It was not even close to working for her in the first set. They were too high over the net. Sabatini, who was playing about 3 or 4 feet closer to the baseline than she is now, is able to get to those. Now they're winners for Mary Jo.
Oh, a little bit of a late call. Mary Jo Fernandez kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally got the call. Quite sure it was long.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Fernandez.
And Gabriella stands at the net, takes a long look. Here it is. Boy, it was close.
S'il vous plaît.
So from a break point down, Mary Jo Fernandez has game point.
Couldn't get there. Well played by Sabatini. Over on court central, things remain on serve in the second set between the #1 seed Steffi Graf and #6 seed Jennifer Capriati. Graf won the first set 6-3, and we will, of course, get you back over there. We are live at Stade Roland Garros. Women's quarterfinal day. Mary Jo Fernandez, Gabriella Sabatini at deuce, set apiece. 1-all. Now another breakpoint chance. I don't know if it is significant that Mary Jo Fernandez has struggled with her service game, and Sabatini won her serve at love in this set. Second breakpoint chance on this game.
S'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs.
What a great get. What a point by Sabatini for the break. Mary Jo Fernandez had her 3 different times, and Sabatini ran it down and finally forced an error. So Gabriella Sabatini with the first break of the third set. We'll be back.
Sabatini, 30-40.
Well, let's bring you up to date on what's happening on court #1. Remember, when last we left you, Gabriella Sabatini had a service break. Mary Jo Fernandez broke right back in the 4th game, and now Gabriella Sabatini has a break point on Mary Jo Fernandez's serve. It has been a most entertaining match. People have been kidding about the fact, kidding on the square, really, that the women's tournament doesn't start until the quarterfinals. Well, I'll tell you what, if that's a fact, it has started with a bang today. Great action on both courts right now. Sabatini tried to go up the line with a winner.
Well, there's been just about everything imaginable over here. Both players are really using every inch of the court, especially Sabatini. Using her big topspin, trying to draw Mary Jo out of court, using the slice, trying to keep the ball low, forcing Fernandez to try to hit with more spin, something she doesn't really do very well.
Ooh, very close. Very, very close.
Avantage.
And it's been
Mademoiselle.
Mary Jo Fernandez who's been more willing to in the points at the net. She's much more aggressive. She's more willing to take the short ball and move in behind it. And that's how she was able to win that second set. Down 6-1, 5-1. Just really let loose.
We, of course, will take you back to court centrales. Capriati serving for the set against Steffi Graf.
Vérifiez la carte, s'il vous plaît.
And now we're going to check a mark.
Oui, merci.
Chair concurs. Second serve. And here's what Sabatini's been doing most of the matches. You can see she'll line up in the doubles out. She won't always stay there. Late call, but
Égalité.
the right call. Back to deuce.
Some of those antics of Sabatini moving around on the second serve, much like Arantxa Sanchez Vicario will do, really hasn't worked. She's trying to draw a double fault, or at least let Mary Jo Fernandez know she's going to look for a forehand, try to break open the point early on. Mary Jo Fernandez has yet to serve a double fault.
Well, I'll tell you, both these players are hitting the lines with great consistency.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Fernandez.
Good wide serve, opens up the court. Mary Jo's got her choice of shots and likes to go back behind Sabatini. You can see Sabatini's wrong-footed. She's looking for the backhand.
I hasten to remind that this match, for all intent, was over. And I mean over in 55 minutes. It was 5-1 second set. Sabatini serving with a set in hand. That wild backhand is out. Fernandez holds for 3-2. We're now at 2 hours and 7 minutes. And we're on serve. Sabatini will serve to keep it even when we come back. It's all about when they talk about Grand Slam tennis. Terrific stuff, as Cliff mentioned, on both courts. Here, Gabriella Sabatini serving to keep things even at 3 in the deciding set. She won the first points, 15-love, now 30-love.
They traded breaks already in this set. And Mary Jo Fernandez had another break point against her in her last service game and was able to get out of it, so they're on serve. Sabatini again is starting to go after her first serve. There was a period there where she was just spinning it in because Fernandez was really attacking the second serve. Much like that, but that second serve had much more on it than some of the ones that she was throwing in there midway through that first set and early on in the second set.
Well, she also started to spin him in because she'd had a couple of double faults back to back in crucial situations. Sabatini has had an easier time on her service games than Mary Jo Fernandez in this deciding set.
That is exactly what has been happening when Sabatini has not gotten the first serve in. At one point, Sabatini was at about 79% first serve. This serve really sits up there. It lands very short. Mary Jo Fernandez well inside the baseline.
And then tried to tee off on that one also, but it went well wide. And Sabatini holds relatively easily for 3-all. Certainly, we will get you back to the match that is currently going on Court Central between Steffi Graf, the #1 seed, and the #6 seed, Jennifer Capriati. This match now at the 2-hour, 12-minute mark. Sabatini just stepped in and knocked that one up the line to make the first point of Fernandez's serve.
Of course, we are watching and will continue to watch the Mary Jo Fernandez Gabriella Sabatini match. Sabatini, the number 3 seed, and they're locked in a battle in the third set after it looked like it was going to be all Sabatini on court number 1. However, we are in Paris. We're watching the French Championships live, and we are going to take a break. There's the Fernandez Sabatini score.
A cloud over Stade Roland Garros. Is there a cloud over Mary Jo Fernandez? She has struggled on her service games throughout this third set. She's managed to hold every time. She's had 3 opportunities to hold in this, the 7th game, and has been unable to do so. We are at deuce right now. It is a match that has just been as close, Betsy, as can possibly be.
Mary Jo had a 40-15 lead in this game. This is about the 4th deuce. This game's really gone on forever. That shot has worked so well for her today. Mary Jo Fernandez is picking her shots very, very well. This is one of the areas, and this is one of the reasons why she's such a consistent performer, a top 10 player. She's mixed this shot up very, very well with that same sort of take back. She's also sliced it inside out, so Sabatini's really not quite sure what to expect.
4th chance to hold in this game. Both players have hit the lines with great consistency. Got her going the wrong way, and finally she holds. So it may not be pretty, but she's holding every time. Gabriella Sabatini, on the other hand, having a rather easy time in this deciding set on her service game. She'll serve when we come back. We welcome you back to court number 1. That cloud that you saw a moment ago has now passed. The sunshine returns. There's the story of this match. Sabatini 6-1. She was 5-1 and a chance to win it on her racket in the second set. Could not do it. Has had 5 match points. And this lady is still here on serve. 3-4. Was long. Mention the fact that both players hitting the lines or just missing. Take a look at the winners, and you could see how Mary Jo Fernandez has improved in the second and third set. I mean, it's just the numbers tell the story.
And Sabatini has remained just, very even throughout all 3 sets.
Mary Jo probably has gone for a few more winners than Sabatini.
Well, coming into this match, I think we both agreed that whoever was more willing to take some risks and to take, the first advantage of anything short, anything attackable, and would go for it, was going to come out the winner.
This is one of those matches that you also have to wonder how much is it going to take out of the winner of the match, because this is an emotionally draining kind of match.
I'll say Mary Jo was almost in the locker room at 6-1, 5-1.
The winner, of course, plays Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, who has breezed through the tournament, breezed through Jana Novotná today. Talk about hitting the lines, and there's another one right on the paint.
Talk about Jana Novotná, and Mary Krilla mentioned it earlier also, the fact that Sabatini has certainly been in this position before where she's had match points against her, pulled the match out. Novotná held 3 match points, I think, to beat Sabatini a couple of years back in the quarterfinals here and ended up losing that match.
There's another one on the line.
Earlier this year, Gabriella had match points out at the Australian Open against Mary Pierce. And came through that second set in a tiebreak, 12-10 in the tiebreak, and won the third 6-love.
Well, there's just been some awfully good play. So Sabatini holds, and we're on serve at 4.
Mary Jo Fernandez earlier this year ended a title drought for her. She had gone a little over 2 years without winning a tournament, and I think it was a burden she was very happy to get rid of, because she's been such a consistent performer and so good at beating the players she should beat. She went a long time between winning tournaments. She won back-to-back events in 1990. Toward the end of that year, Stuttgart.
That's exactly the type of point that we've been seeing all day long. Now, Fernandez missed the shot, but we've seen some great defensive play.
Not missing by much. Both players are really gone for the lines, precision tennis, and they're making their shots. Mary Jo Fernandez has been in the net position where Sabatini is right now more often.
Another one on the line, and Sabatini's going to come up and take a look at this one.
Previous service game, Mary Jo Fernandez served a second serve ace.
And now we're going to check this. And now they say out. And now Mary Jo's going to say, what are you talking about?
Well, they've been on court 2 hours and 26 minutes, almost 2.5 hours. And there have been a couple of close calls, but in a match where they're going for the lines like this, there's bound to be some very difficult line calls.
Juan Moreno, the chair umpire, goes over, takes a look, talks to Mary Jo Fernandez. As Mary Jo said, well, I think a piece of it got the line. And he says, nope, it's out. And so it is.
So this is a second serve. This will be a difficult second serve.
On the line again. I've lost count.
And what a change from when Mary Jo walked on the court 2.5 hours ago.
Mary Jo Fernandez gave Gabriella Sabatini a chance to tee off on one that time, and she obliged. Now we talked about winners. Here they are now for Mary Jo Fernandez. And remember, she only had 4 in the first set. She's got 39 to 28 for Sabatini.
She's taking more chances, and they're paying off in the winner column.
She's had the battle on her own serve every game this set.
She lost her serve the second time she served and broke right back. And this is, you know, Mary Jo has really been aggressive. After the first set, losing at 6-1, being down 5-1, she just decided to totally change her game plan. And it's paid off.
I think it was born of desperation at the time.
I think she had no choice. And Harold Solomon, her coach, who really has been wanting her to play like this all along for the last year and a half since he's been coaching her, will convince her that this is the way she needs to play.
Great shot by Sabatini at the net.
You know, and just now in the last couple of points, it's been Sabatini who's been a little bit more pumped up. We've seen a little bit more positive body language coming from her, and now she's the one who's attacking.
And a break point which would give Sabatini an opportunity to serve for the set. Now she's had that opportunity before. Mary Jo's had to come through break points against her almost every service game. What a time for that. Oh, my.
Well, we mentioned Mary Jo Fernandez winning a title for the first time in a couple of years. She won that earlier this year in February at the Everett Matrix Cup, and she faced 2 match points against her in that final against Amanda Kutzer and got out of that match.
We have just gone over the 2.5-hour mark in this match. 4-all, third set. First set to Sabatini, 6-1, 7-4 in a tiebreak for Fernandez in the second. Went to the well one too many times, and Mary Jo just got enough.
And you have to wonder, with this movement, this gesture after this point, if Sabatini didn't pull something or she made a big leap for this.
Yeah, you're right. Reached around, grabbed back of her thigh. There you see it. She appears to be okay, though. Might have just felt a little twinge. Ball was out. And so once again, Mary Jo Fernandez survives a break point against her. Gabriella Sabatini does appear to be okay, walking without any noticeable limp. We'll be back. Well, it has just been great stuff here on court number 1, as it was on court Central a few moments ago with Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati. Barry Tompkins along with Betsy Nagelson. If it gets any better tomorrow, I would have to think that's almost impossible. This has just been terrific tennis. Women's quarterfinal day tomorrow. The men take center stage. The number 1 seed, Pete Sampras, against the 10th seeded Sergi Bruguera, and the number 3 seed, Stefan Edberg, against the guy who really has made a lot of people sit up and take notice here, the 11th seed, 18-year-old Andre Medvedev. That's at 9 a.m. tomorrow Eastern time. Meanwhile, Sabatini and Fernandez locked in what has been a battle. 4-5. Gabriella Sabatini showing no indication of any kind of a muscle pull or anything. She definitely did get at least a twinge leaping for an overhead.
Mary Jo just giving us a little self-commentary, telling herself to move. She got jammed that time, didn't get out of the way quick enough.
Again, I hasten to point out that Sabatini's had so much an easier time of it on her serve. You saw Mary Jo say, come on, just kind of. Two 2 hours and 34 minutes now, and remember the first set was 29 minutes. Boy, is that great stuff.
Both players have been so impressive in their movement around the court. Mary Jo Fernandez, who works very hard on her movement. When she gets pulled way wide out of court in the doubles alley, she sometimes has trouble getting back into the point. And she has really made an effort to just really be back in the middle, center of the court after every single shot. She's been so aggressive.
Mary Jo saying, are you kidding? But I believe that was the right call.
Yeah, we can see, I can see that ball mark very clearly from here. It couldn't have missed by more than 1.5 inches. Mary Jo has been aiming for the lines all day with that forehand, and more often than not, they're hitting the line or just inside. That one just missed.
So this to hold for 5-all. And now we're a deuce. Really throat clutching time with just about every point at this point. Just wide, going for the line again and missed it.
Mademoiselle Sabatini.
These two have met right here at the French Open. It was back in 1989 when Mary Jo Fernandez was the 15th seed. Gabriella Sabatini was the 2nd seed. It was a round of 16, and Mary Jo Fernandez had a huge upset.
Point that Mary Jo Fernandez obviously just said to herself, I'm going for it on every shot. She drove every shot in that point.
And Mary Jo Fernandez is driving Gabriella Sabatini to really make some bad shot selection choices. I mean, she was way too far behind the baseline to try that type of a shot. She's, you know, Gabby's got great hands, great feel, and great touch. But at 5-4 in the 3rd set after a couple of hours of some pretty intense tennis, that's a really difficult shot to come up with.
And another point to hold now for Sabatini. And again, Mary Jo says, come on, but it again was the right call.
It'd be good to see Mary Jo continue her winning ways, and they have been in the winner department, but they've also been when she's taken advantage of anything and gotten in behind it.
This to hold for 5-all again. That's just a great shot. That's just simply too good.
As the first short ball, she got in that point, Mary Jo Fernandez, and she really took advantage of it. Sabatini's been able to get some good depth in this game. Got a lot of first serves in. One of the best defenders in the game, Sabatini. Balls come back that ought to be winners and are winners against anybody else, but Sabatini, from really hard positions on the court, can not only get the ball back, but put it back in a way that the other person can't come up with a good shot.
The crowd thought that was a double fault. It's wide. And look at the crowd pointing. Everybody in that portion of the stands pointing to the ball mark, which is clear. But there was no call, and Mary Jo Fernandez played the point, so there is no argument. Another chance to hold. And a winner off the forehand side.
Time and time again, Mary Jo Fernandez has been able to do this. And she's got plenty of time to do this, to run around, take the forehand. It's landing pretty short. It's not going very fast. But execution, that's the thing she's done so well today.
And now a break point. And in fact, a match point for Mary Jo Fernandez. Missed badly, and remember the back-to-back double faults at match point earlier for Sabatini. Sabatini took a chance, came to the net, made it pay off.
Wow, what a point from Sabatini. Not only did she play it, you know, tactically correct, but she put in a very good second serve.
Boy, this is great stuff. Fifth deuce. The racket of Sabatini.
Fernandez doing the right thing. Again, she's coming in. She's leaving a little bit of space open up the line. She didn't get a good hit on this ball at all. In fact, it was a miss hit. And rather than cover the line, you've got to cover one side or the other when you really got to choose. So from a match point to a game point.
Hits it long. She's had 5 chances to hold here, has not been able to do it. Back to deuce number 6. We've also had 6 match points in this game. 5 from Sabatini, 1 from Mary Jo Fernandez. 4-5 deuce. Long.
Well, they're so close that Mary Jo Fernandez just can't believe she's missing. They are just out. We're right above that line.
You're watching live coverage, court number 1, women's quarterfinals. Sabatini, chance to hold for 5-all for the 6th time. Stepped in, hit the line again.
Not exactly tentative. It's amazing to watch Mary Jo Fernandez walk on the court 2 hours and 43 minutes ago. She was kind of looking around. She looked a little bit nervous. She looked tentative. And that is not at all the case at this stage of the match.
7th deuce. What a game. It's wide.
She can't believe it. Mary Jo Fernandez cannot believe she missed that. But again, the defending from Sabatini is just unbelievable that she got her racket to that ball. And not only did she get the racket to the ball, but she was able... Look at this. She slipped. She barely gets to this. Then she's able to throw it back high enough and deep enough just to trouble Fernandez enough, who really didn't get herself in good enough position early enough.
She probably didn't think Sabatini was going to get to the last one.
Exactly. So what could have been now the second match point for Mary Jo Fernandez turns into a game point for Sabatini.
And there it is. Sabatini is held for 5-all. And it wasn't easy. 5-all in the third and deciding set. 2 hours and 45 minutes they have been battling, and battling is the operative word. Steffi Graf through to the semifinals over Jennifer Capriati, the number 6 seed, 3-7-5. Jana Novotná drops both sets to Sanchez Vicario. She's through easily. Anka Huber is a winner over Conchita Martinez in 3 sets. Jim Courier, the defending champion 2 times, had to go to 4 sets to beat Goran Prpic. He's through and has 2 days off. 5-all.
Mary Jo got away with that. It probably wasn't a great choice of shots. She was in a position to really nail that forehand, and Sabatini's been slipping and sliding out here, and again it looked like she may have gone over a little bit on her ankle.
It did, yes. And she steps gingerly away from that. We, of course, remind you, service ace, hit the line again. There is no tiebreak, of course, in this third and deciding set, so we will play on. Boy, that shot has really worked, but that one hit the line from Sabatini. Sabatini now clearly limping on that ankle. She didn't even make an attempt to run on that. And the left ankle, I'm quite sure, is really hurting Gabriella Sabatini.
She does a good job to get here, but you can see she's not putting any weight on that left ankle to stop herself and to slide. And, you know, Mary Jo does the right shot, and you can, the topspin lob. And
you really don't want to see this match end like this.
And Sabatini is just below us, and we can see her definitely favoring this left ankle.
She's hurting. There's no question about it. She might be able to get a little help on the changeover. She is clearly limping. I'm sure even Mary Jo Fernandez, as much as he wants to win this, would rather win it with a 100% opponent. Sabatini didn't run for that one either. She was just waiting for the changeover. I don't think there's any question about it. And we'll see if she can get tended to. 6-5 Fernandez. We'll be back. There you see the score. 6-1 Sabatini in the first. 7-6 and 7-4 in that tie break for Fernandez in the second. 6-5 Fernandez, Sabatini to serve. Now we have a momentary timeout, and the reason for that is Gabriella Sabatini, when she came over to Javier Moreno just before this changeover, has asked to see the trainer. Now, Betsy, talk about the rule involving trainers and being tended to.
Well, what will happen here is because the locker room is quite a ways away, it's going to take a few moments for the trainer to come out here. She is allowed to take as much time as she needs to evaluate the problem, and Sabatini is allowed a 3-minute injury timeout. So once the problem has been evaluated, she then is allowed 3 minutes for a tape job or whatever is necessary. Meanwhile, Mary Jo Fernandez is really just trying to keep her focus, stay within herself. She's putting a few stringalings in her strings. On this surface, the strings will rub together, and these little stringalings keep that from happening.
Now, one thing that is bad about an injury like this is, generally speaking, you want to stay on it. You don't want it to just settle and swell. And so the longer she waits for a trainer, I would have to think, at least from the experience that I know in this type of injury, which is not extensive, you want to stay on it. You're better to stay on it than just to sit and let it swell.
To move around a little bit, keep the blood, just keep the blood flowing. We don't know how much it's hurting.
She was clearly favoring it in that last service game. Let's take a look at some of the numbers that we were looking at earlier of winners and unforced errors in this match. And we'll try to get to that as soon as we can. And now the trainer has finally made an appearance. Here are the numbers we were just talking about. 46 winners for Mary Jo Fernandez. 66 unforced errors. Now, those numbers can be a little bit misleading because a good portion of those, more than a third of them, came in the first set.
Exactly, and it was such a lopsided affair for the first set and a half. And this is Kathleen Stroya, who's out here with Gabriella Sabatini's working on her left ankle, and you can see she tapes her ankles, as a lot of players do, for protection. Once they've been hurt once or twice, they'll tape it just so that they don't re-injure it.
For stability, of course, and looks as though they might be tending to a blister even more than...
That's very possible. Oftentimes these tape jobs, what'll happen is it's a very warm day, and the players, both Mary Jo and Gabby, left the court one of the changeovers early in the third set to change their shirts. So this tape will rub against the skin. What's happening is that the toes rub together and cause blisters in between the toes, and it becomes very painful, and that's obviously one of the problems Sabatini's having. I just hope that this left ankle that she tapes also hasn't been hurt.
Well, they seem to be tending right now to the toe alongside the big toe. How well has Gabriella Sabatini done at the French Open? Well, not too badly, thank you very much. 38-8. 5-time semifinalist. Never has been out before the round of 16. So not a bad record.
No, she's so consistent. She was only 15 years old when she first arrived here, got to the semifinals, and of course lost to Chris Evert in that semi, but created such a scene, and people knew that she was not only a player, but someone that they could fall in love with, and they have.
Well, you saw Mary Jo Fernandez just trying to keep her mind on business, and meanwhile Gabriella Sabatini continues to get tended to. When we come back, we'll resume action from Court 1, Stade Roland Garros. Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nagelson as we pan across the grounds here at Stade Roland Garros. That is Court Central off in the background, but all the action happening right alongside across the courtyard on court number 1, where Gabriella Sabatini and Mary Jo Fernandez are playing what I think is fair to call the match of the tournament so far. 6-1 for Sabatini in the first set. She held a 5-1 lead in the second set. Serving for the match, has had 5 match points, and yet here we are 2 hours and 54 minutes into this thing, and still there is Mary Jo Fernandez. On serve, Sabatini to serve, 5-6, third set. Mary Jo Fernandez hit the line again. A defensive shot by Gabriella Sabatini, and Mary Jo hits it halfway up the net. The word on Sabatini that she has blood under her toenails, which can be a very painful thing, actually, and it was retaped. It's not an ankle. And right now she doesn't appear to be favoring it at all. The tape.
She's going for the right shot. She was trying to take the forehand and come in behind it. It's been such a successful play for her, an effective attack. That's the weapon she's been using. That's how she's been scoring her points.
It's interesting. We've had 2 breaks in the action here. One to go change a shirt of about 4 minutes, and now this one for medical attention. As Mary Jo makes that forehand, what I was going to say, and Mary Jo Fernandez has kind of had to get herself kick-started after each of those breaks.
Exactly. She certainly, clearly is the one with the momentum behind her. She's the one that's making the play. She's taking control of the points, and it's tough to sit there for a good 5 minutes.
Boy, she got a break there. A defensive return of serve. And then an ill-hit backhand by Sabatini. 30-all.
But concentration and focus is the department that Mary Jo Fernandez is so strong in.
I think Mary Jo thought that's wide, and it was.
Yeah, we can see the mark clearly from here.
And I think this time she will win her appeal. Javier Moreno out of the chair quickly, moving good to his left. It is wide. I think Gabriella Sabatini knew that too. So it remains 30-all. How about that service return?
You know, it's as though they've played each other so many times. This is the 19th time. Mary Jo Fernandez knows where this serve is going. You can see she's already there waiting for it. She gets that extra little pace on the ball, and that brings her to her second match point.
I promise you she will tee off on this. Down the line, not to be for Mary Jo Fernandez yet.
Well, I am quite sure that Mary Jo would love to have another hit at this volley. She let it get a little bit low. She was playing it from the service line, didn't get enough on it, and she's looking for the backhand cross court.
Deuce.
I'm a little surprised she just didn't cover the line. That's the place Sabatini likes to hit her backhand pass.
Long and a third match point chance for Mary Jo Fernandez.
Avantage Mademoiselle Fernandez.
Crowd with the rhythmic clapping. It's like a bull ring here on court number 1.
S'il vous plaît.
Wide, and there'll be another chance for Gabriella Sabatini.
Égalité.
Well wide that time.
It looked as though she overran that. The ball got too close to her, and she didn't have enough room to swing.
We've had 8 match points in this match. 5 by Sabatini, 3 by Fernandez. Chance to hold for 6-all for Gabriella Sabatini.
Avantage Mademoiselle Sabatini.
You saw that clock saying 3 hours now. These two have been at it. If this was a heavyweight fight, we'd have already been at the decision. And there it is for Sabatini for 6-all. And the dance goes on. No tiebreak, of course. We will just continue until one of these players caves in, and neither has shown that they have any intention of doing it. There's what we were just talking about, 3 hours and 1 minute on the old clock on the wall. Close.
Just missing with some of these ground strokes, Fernandez. There's only been one other match in the women's field this French Open, and that was Katerina Maleva, the 14th seed. She needed to go 9-7 in the third set to beat Roz Neidifer in the third round.
On the line again. I feel like I've said that about 45 times, and I probably have. The winner, of course, will play Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, who could be halfway to Spain and back by this time. Seems like she played that long ago on this same court. Up at the top, of course, Graf and her countryman, Anke Huber. Someone in the crowd. Here is that scoreboard monitor, if you will, that we talked about before and have shown you many times. That is outside court number 1 on the wall of Court Central, and it's gathering almost as big a crowd as there is in this very intimate court. 4,500 seats here at court number 1 as we pan around. And every sound can be heard. You heard Javier Moreno yell at someone in the crowd. Still is, actually. There is some concern. I don't know if it's a glare, perhaps, as the sun gets a little bit lower.
Winners for Mary Jo Fernandez to 32 from Sabatini.
That's a career for some players. Boy, that's a well-played point for Gabriella Sabatini. She stepped inside and teed off and got Mary Jo Fernandez playing defensively.
When Mary Jo Fernandez beat Gabriella Sabatini at the U.S. Open last year, it was because she played this style of tennis. She played very aggressively. She won most of her points from the net.
Great shot by Sabatini. And now an opportunity for Sabatini to get a break and serve it out. Both players have been on the ropes and neither player has been down.
15 chances. 7 of 15 for Sabatini.
There's Sabatini off in the doubles alley again. And there it is, the break from Sabatini, and what a point it was by Gabriella Sabatini. She played 2 or 3 defensive shots just to keep herself in the point, and then she finally forces an error on Fernandez. We'll be back. Barry Tompkins with Betsy Nagelson, 6-1 to Sabatini in the first. She was down 5-1 was Fernandez. Sabatini with a chance to serve for the match at 5-1. Then again at 5-3. Fernandez came back to win a tiebreak 7-4. We are now at 7-6 in the deciding set. And for the 3rd time in this match, Gabriella Sabatini has a chance to win it on her own serve. She's 3 points away.
The trainer came out, Kathleen Stroy, who had come out earlier at 6-5. And Sabatini needed the trainer. Taped up her toe, which we understand had some blood underneath it. And Sabatini did not need her on this last changeover.
Pull that one just wide off the backhand.
These shadows are making it just creeping across the court, makes it very difficult to pick the ball up. It's coming from the sun into the shadow in this backhand corner where Sabatini is serving from. That adds a whole new element to it.
All 7-6. And that sails long. Once again, you see the fans in the courtyard watching on the big screen alongside Court Central. That's long, and 2 break points for Fernandez.
It's so impressive to watch Mary Jo Fernandez just stay so calm and cool and within herself, focused.
The other thing that strikes me, Betsy, is there's no cheap points here.
None whatsoever. There's just the tennis has been such high quality.
second serve. 15-40, 7-6 to the break point chances. 28 between the two of them. Down the line. And there it is, the break right back from Mary Jo Fernandez. We're at 7-all. How do you like it?
Well, we know she's one of the smartest players in the game, and she's obviously keeping a mental record of what shots are working for her. And this shot from the middle of the court, where she's taken the forehand, because she can slide it inside out just as easily as drop shot. And Sabatini is often caught flat-footed on the baseline because she can't read it. So she gets the break back. There have been 4 breaks in this third set.
What a match. 7-all. Sabatini actually had fallen down, but Fernandez couldn't get the racket on it.
0-15.
Get another look at this slip right here.
Boy, another well-played point.
This forehand has scored so many points for Mary Jo today. You can see she runs around. She's got the luxury of being able to do this because of the spin from Sabatini. And if she doesn't take it early, she's pushed back behind the baseline. And it's much tougher to play aggressive points from behind the baseline.
Sabatini slips down again. Gets up slowly, but appears to be okay. You know, the other day I made an offhanded comment that one of the matches out here, which featured a lot of moon balls and a lot of mistakes and a lot of service breaks, set women's tennis back 50 years. Well, this one just brought it back about 75. Miss hit, and there just haven't been very many of those.
Get a little shocked when you see just an error like that. There have been so few. Both of these players are earning their points.
Chance to break for Sabatini. Well, we started out in this match. There were lots of empty seats here at court number 1, and there is not a seat to be had now, and it's SRO. And about every journalist who is covering the French Open is now here. Break point. That's just typical of what we've been seeing out here.
You can see the reaction from Sabatini. She really felt she had won that point. She had Fernandez way out of court. We didn't see the shot where Mary Jo was way out of court, but she was so quick to move forward and get that ball at high enough level to be able to pound down at it. Saves a break point. It was broken in her last service game.
Sails long, Good judgment on the part of Mary Jo Fernandez. And now she has a point to hold for 8-7.
One of the things I think Mary Jo is doing so well lately is that she's cutting the angle off. She's willing and ready to move forward instead of diagonally across the baseline, which is the way she's moved previously.
The other thing that strikes me, too, is this has been both a mentally and physically grueling match, now 3 hours and 14 minutes. And I haven't seen either player take a backward step. They both look absolutely fit and look like they could stay out there for another couple hours. And so Mary Jo Fernandez is held for 8-7. And we've still got more tennis to come from court number 1. Don't go away. Well, a reminder that coming up next year on ESPN, America's Horse, as we watch a couple of real thoroughbreds right here, I'll tell you that, who are running a router, as they say in horses. Third set, 8-7. On serve, Sabatini to serve now. Nobody giving away any points. Everything has been earned. A match that, for all intent, looked like it was over 2.5 hours ago. Couldn't bring it back in. First point to Fernandez.
Now, coming into this match, Sabatini had only lost 13 games. She'd won her first round, love and love. She really hasn't been close to being tested. And already in this match, she's lost 16 games.
Crowd getting a little crazy here. What you were saying, coming out of the sun and into the shadows, very difficult. And in the courtyard and watching on the big screen, again, a growing crowd wishing that they were here. It's been a treat being here, I'll tell you that. Film. This point, I think, had everything in it. This drop shot was not as good as some of the previous ones, but still, Mary Jo was right on top of it. Sabatini popped it up the line, but not very much on it, but it was deep. But because Mary Jo is willing to move forward a little bit and take it early, she was able to get the ball in front of Sabatini quick enough. To 30 all. Reminder, this is live coverage of the women's quarterfinal match. Gabriella Sabatini, the number 3 seed. Mary Jo Fernandez, the number 5 seed. Third set, on serve, 7-8. 75 unforced errors for Mary Jo Fernandez, 53 winners. And what that tells you, of course, is she's going for every shot. And you might say the same about her opponents. Fourth match point for Mary Jo Fernandez. Gabriella Sabatini has had 5. And it starts again.
30-40.
Well, it's the heavy topspin from the Sabatini backhand. They get in these backhand cross-court rallies. Mary Jo Fernandez, she wants to win the point with a forehand or approach with a forehand. Sabatini didn't give her the opportunity to do that. You can see the expression on almost everybody's face watching this match. Totally enthralled.
Not only gut-wrenching for the players. Pull that one wide. Sabatini has a chance to hold for 8-all.
S'il vous plaît. Les joueurs sont prêts, s'il vous plaît.
And we go back to deuce. 7:32 here in Paris. 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific. These two have been out there for 3 hours and 21 minutes. This is a women's quarterfinal match. We're watching live from Stade Roland Garros, court number 1. Gabriella Sabatini and Mary Jo Fernandez in the third set. 7-8 deuce.
And Gabby just keeping it just deep enough to prevent Mary Jo from being able to attack successfully. She's trying to go for her shots, but it's tougher the deeper the ball is.
This is a match that will be talked about for a long time. And Gabriella Sabatini is held for 8-all. And they both continue to walk the emotional tightrope.
Well, I would think, Barry, that the fitness that both of these players have really heavily concentrated on in the past. For Gabriella, certainly she's made a big effort to do this with her new coach, Dennis Ralston, and with Carlos Kiermaier, who worked with her for 3 years. Really emphasized the fitness part. And I know Mary Jo Fernandez, who's really struggled with injuries over the last 3 or 4 years, has dedicated herself to being fitter.
Obviously she is. First point to Sabatini, or rather to Fernandez. I believe of the 16 games played here in the third set, there haven't been but 2 or 3 that have been easy service games for either player. And you see those shadows that Betsy Nagelson was talking about. It's like a batter trying to pick up the flight of the ball from a pitcher at dusk. And I think that affected Mary Jo Fernandez.
Yeah.
I really do.
You know what? That is the very first double fault Mary Jo Fernandez has served 3.5 hours into this match. And these shadows are now just really right up the half of the court.
Well, and when she throws the ball up, she's throwing it up into the sun. See that?
Mm-hmm.
A loose point that time, one of the few. There's Dennis Ralston on the left, Dick Udell on the right. Gabriella Sabatini's coach, of course, Dennis Ralston, and Dick Dell, her agent. Mary Jo Fernandez has been very short with her serve here. 15-30. And well long with that one, and now 2 break points for another chance to serve for the set, which would be Sabatini's fourth. There's Harold Solomon. He's probably picked up a few gray hairs along the way today.
He certainly knew how to play on this surface, didn't he?
32-16 was his record in the French Open. And once again, Fernandez makes the point that she has to. That could be said about both players, but still a break point. See where Mary Fernandez is serving from now. She's well to the left of the center. And I'm sure that's because of the shadows. And she moves over even a step further this time. Still a break point. Was out. Late call. Sabatini's going to come over and question this. They say good. They change the call, which would be a service break. What a time for this. Javier Moreno says yes, it's good.
Thing about this court, this surface, is that the ball will leave a very clear mark, and unless you can be absolutely sure that the mark is outside the line, you have to go with it hitting a line.
So they play the point over, and Fernandez gets it back with a volley at the net. And that will make Harold Solomon very happy, and at least he can breathe again.
And again, such a clever play from Mary Jo Fernandez. A surprise tactic, serving and volleying, and it paid off.
There's Dennis Ralston. Not only gnashing his teeth, he's gnashing his gums. Point to hold for Fernandez. Every service game, it seems, has been a battle.
Nothing's been easy at all in this third set.
That's the thing about this, and the remarkable thing about these two is that it has been such a mentally draining match, as well as a physically draining match, but the mental side of it has not bled over into the physical side of it. They both, as I said earlier, look like they could go on.
They'll be happy for a day off tomorrow, the winner of this match.
Fernandez is held for 9-8 after having 2 break points against her. Still more to come as we go on court number 1. Women's quarterfinal will continue. It was a match, really, that leaves you speechless. Mary Jo Fernandez, 3 sets over Gabriella Sabatini. And what a 3 sets they were. Speechless.